If your adult child needs a safe space to avoid offensive words, you failed as a fucking parent. If anything in my seminar offends you, blame your parents for raising a pussy.
Still trying to find a new hood because the hood is in pretty rough shape. Maybe a new bumper at some point, but other than that, everything's working good. So I just wired in the camper receiver. I also just got a brand new hitch. It's actually in the car because people are thieving around here, but went ahead and just wired in the new camper hitch. So now I can power the camper when we hook up. I also just redid the wiring over there. And if you come back in here, I still have to have the seats cleaned. I went ahead and put an ELM 327 in here, connected right here to the OBD2 port, because this was lacking a lot of information that when you're towing heavy loads, you really want to have that information, like trans cooler, things like that. It's not actually giving me a temp readout for my coolant, stuff like that. I also wanted to know my fuel rail pressure, so I use Torque Pro, as you guys can see. And what Torque Pro allows me to do is get a complete readout of all of the sensors and what they're doing on my car. So I wanted my fuel rail pressure. These are supposed to run around 35 to 42 psi. And as you can see at idle, I'm pushing around 39 for my fuel rail pressure. I also wanted to know my intake manifold pressure, and then of course throttle response, coolant temperature, which, I mean, it's so much better having that information rather than just a little orange thing. I get all of that, plus my GPS speed readout and my RPM range. And on top of that, I get a complete readout, if I want it, of every single sensor that my car is doing, including the O2 sensor outputs, on the voltage specs. This is all stuff that you're going to need if you're towing. So this little device here is $4. It connects to Bluetooth. You can set it up for the profile of your vehicle and get all of the information that you need, including max horsepower output, everything, miles per gallon, whether you're going to make your trip or not. It's constantly calculating data. And Torque Pro, I bought it a long time ago for another truck that I had, so I still maintain the app. I think it was only like 15 bucks for Torque Pro, and most of your OBD2 readers will read it, but I am a big fan of the ELM 327. This is an official ELM 327. They're 4 or 5 bucks, guys. They give you all the relative information that you're going to need on your truck. And because the dash was in such good shape, I just got a little crappy cover to put over it just to keep it in better shape. So yeah, other than that, ready to go. Air conditioning's blowing cold. We're gonna test it out here pretty soon and tow my jet ski with it. So, but there you go. I just wanted you guys to see the update on the truck.